Hey guys, happy Wednesday. It's Courtney King with King Realty and Management. I always forget to do this throughout the video. So before I get started, our website is kingrealtytx.com. Has a ton of resources for both investors, homeowners, people looking to buy. So make sure you check it out, kingrealtytx.com. Wanted to hop on for an impromptu video today. To share with you some advice that I recently gave a friend. So my friend, shout out to Brittany, she's a homeowner, and I just love being able to talk real estate with her and just help any of you guys out on different home projects. So she has a property where she lives in, and so she was like, you know what, Courtney, I want to refinish my bathtub. So let me back it up just to fill you guys in. Kind of old school bathtubs, they are covered in a material, I believe it's porcelain. Don't quote me on that one because I'm not the expert, just kind of going based on stuff that I've learned along the way. But every once in a while, sometimes the porcelain will crack or will be discolored. And so in order to make a bathtub look better without necessarily replacing it, a lot of people will refinish their bathtub. And when you refinish the bathtub, basically somebody comes in and they coats it, I believe they spray it with a material, and it's like paint, but it's not paint. So it's not like paint that you put on your walls. So they refinish the bathtub and it makes it look like brand new, okay? So a lot of people will do this instead of replacing a tub in its entirety because it's just a lot cheaper. But what I told my friend is, I said, hey, your bathtub was already refinished at one point. She said, well, how do you know? And I said, because it's peeling. Bathtubs that haven't been refinished in the past are not peeling. They're just kind of unsightly. They have those maybe gashes in the porcelain or whatever. She goes, oh, I had no idea that it was already refinished. I said, yes. So this, keep in mind, is a guest bathroom. And I said, well, how much was the quote that you got to refinish it? She said about $250. That is a reasonable price. So for all my folks out there that have a bathtub and it's driving you crazy because it's unsightly, $250 will get it refinished, okay? That also goes to you guys that own properties that have different color bathtubs. In the 80s, people were putting pink bathtubs and green bathtubs. So if you don't want to replace it, but you want to get rid of an ugly color, then yeah, refinishing your bathtub is good. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind if you're refinishing. There is a lifespan. So it's not like you refinish it once and you never have to deal with it again. Sometimes water will somehow get under the coat of paint that they use to refinish the tub, and if that happens, then you get what my friend gets, which it starts peeling just over time, because as you use that shower or bathtub, that water is penetrating and that's what causes it to peel. So she said, well, I think I'm going to do that. And I said, okay, well, again, the real estate broker in me was like, well, don't you want to remodel the bathroom anyway? And she's like, yeah, I want to do that next year. So this is what I told her, and I'll tell you guys the same thing. I'm always looking at what is going to add the most value to your property over time. So even though she has no intentions of selling her home at all, I'm always keeping in mind, okay, what's the best return on investment, okay? Because if she plans on being in that property for the next 10 years or whatever, if it's going to be longer than, a year, then I would say, hey, why don't you spend a little bit of extra money to do it so it lasts a long time and looks better, to be honest with you, if you replace it. She said, okay, well, how much will it cost me to remodel that bathroom? And I said, on average, ballpark, and this is actually pretty conservative, it also depends on where you live. She's in California. So it might be a little bit more expensive, but ballpark, you're looking at about $5,000 per bathroom, and she has 2 bathrooms. She goes, oh, okay. I said, so because this bathtub that is peeling is in your guest bathroom and it's not being used that frequently, I would hold off. So a lot of you guys, you're planning for your 2019, you're a homeowner, you're looking to spruce up your house, which I love. Like, I do it in my own house, I do it in my rental properties, my dad's house. So there's a lot of value and a lot of happiness that brings, but just kind of plan ahead. If you plan on being there for a little bit longer than just a year or two, then you may want to spend a little bit more money to add the most value. So I told her, why not wait until you get your tax refund? A lot of you guys like to use your tax refunds to go towards, upgrading your house. And so I said, why don't you wait until you get your tax refund instead of spending that $250 now, and then tackle one project, so maybe one bathroom that you want to upgrade. And so she's like, you know what, I think I'm going to do that. And one other thing that I'm going to share with you that I personally do, and I've seen a lot of success, I told her it's all about kind of visualizing and almost attracting, if anybody knows about like the laws of attraction, attracting what you want. So I told her, add a board on Pinterest. If you haven't heard of Pinterest, then go to pinterest.com. Create a board and start looking for some bathroom design ideas. Now, one of her bathrooms is a little bit small, so I told her, search small bathroom remodels and start adding to this board that you created some designs that you like. And then to take it one step further, between now and the time that you actually do it, let's say like March or April, on Do Not Disturb, start going to Home Depot or Lowe's or Floor & Decor and start looking and getting ideas. Because believe it or not, even though you're not going to pull the trigger on the actual remodel now, you can start like gradually attracting it and preparing for it. And I did this with the last condo that I own. There's so many cool apps that help you redesign rooms and upgrade your bathrooms like virtually, so you can get an idea of how you want it. But that's just kind of cool because you attract it, you prepare for it, and you can kind of get your mind right in terms of the cost, so that you know what to expect. You know how much money that you should be setting aside, so that when the project does come, you're not strapped for cash. You're not worried about how you're going to finance this project or pay for it, but rather you're enjoying the whole process of adding value to your home and seeing the finished product. So also one thing that you can do, if you follow my idea that I gave to her, if you have an idea and you're like, I want my bathroom to be like this, you can start getting bids for the remodel. So I have a list of contractors that I've used. We own a contracting company, although that's not really our expertise in the residential side. We're more kind of investor. We do investor work, but thumbtack.com is actually a really, really cool resource. So if you want to get a bid from a general contractor or plumber or whatever you're working on your home, you can actually submit pictures and comments online without even talking to them and see if you can get some bids. On some projects, of course, they're going to have to come and they're going to have to measure, but usually to get quotes for this work is free. So if you kind of want to take it one step further and get a better idea of how much it will cost you in the future, ballpark, because obviously those bids are only good for a certain amount of time, then you may want to take it there. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Merry Christmas, that's next week. And I don't know if you're like me, but I'm going to spend the next couple of weeks until the 1st of January just kind of strategizing and planning and dreaming and putting together my vision for 2019. And I encourage you guys to do the same thing. For all your real estate needs, obviously contact us, kingrealtytx.com. Our socials were at King Realty DFW on Instagram and Twitter. King Realty TX on YouTube. You're joining me on Facebook, and you can always call the office 817-462-0303. And again, our website is kingrealtytx.com. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you next week.